We finally got ourselves a beautiful day, and we're going to get back to work on our carport. Now, thankfully, we have Alan from Wilderness Hangout coming out to, well, hang out for a little bit today. The goal today is to get the 3 posts here, and then we're going to start cutting the tops off of these posts, get them to the right height so that we can start adding the cross bracing. Cross bracing, we're going to be adding our 4x4s. So, yeah, first thing I got to do is get our work area set up and get to work. Okay, so the cavalry has arrived. First thing we got to do is get some posts in. Okay, so with all 3 of these posts in, we're going to let those cure. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do any work on these. That's just going to have to dry. However, we do have these other sections here that we're going to work on. So while that cures, we're going to work on getting the headers up on these beams here. All right, and there goes the cavalry. He is done for the day, as am I. We are going to call it. We did get quite a bit done today. We got our rafters up, at least on the one side. We still have to put the back rafter on, but we're going to get that on Monday. It is going to rain tomorrow, so we're not going to be doing much work tomorrow. It looks good. We got rafters in on this side. I'm also waiting on 10-foot 4x4s. So that we can start working on the other side as well. But yeah, made a lot of progress today. Really happy, really tired. So I'm gonna go and clean things up, and I am calling it a day, and we will see you tomorrow or in a brief moment. So we got a nice day, and we got to take advantage of it. However, we did meet up with some folks, and they were kind enough to gift us some raw materials. This is going to be one of, I think, 3 loads that we're going to be picking up from them. Got a whole bunch of 2-inch insulation. So I'm going to grab a pallet. We're going to stack this stuff up and get it moved off to the side. We'll pick up some more of it tomorrow, I think. And then, yeah, so pretty stoked about it because we use a lot of insulation. And we have some of it, some already, insulation that is. And let's, well, yeah, some of it's over here, some of it's over there, so we're going to try to consolidate it up. But all right, so I'm going to work on that first, and then as soon as I'm done with this, then we're going to get started on the carport again. Well, that is not bad of a haul. So we're going to get that covered up with the tarp, and we got probably, oh, I don't know, another pallet full to go get. So we'll get that tomorrow, though. So it's nice to be able to have some of this stuff on hand for projects. All right, well, let's go get started on our carport. Okay, so we have our 2 10-foot 4x4s, and we also got ourselves a few extra rafters. So we've got everything we need. The next step really for me now is, now that these are all cured, I'm going to go ahead and cut the tops off of this. Now we've already marked them, so I already have my marks. And we've got to get the 4x4 beams up on this side here. And then I also have to get one way up there. So we'll go ahead and get these done first, and then we'll tackle that one. All right, so we've got our headers up now, which is good news. The reason I was using a strap on this one is because this post had twisted back this way. And so I needed to straighten it up, and so I just used the ratchet strap, put a level on it. I had marked where I wanted, I knew where I wanted to put the screw hole in. Using the strap, hold it into place, put the screw in, we're good to go. So now that this is done, the next step before I start working on rafters is I need to put these blocks, cut some blocks, and put on those 2 posts there. All right, so we've got our cross bracing on, and those are these 2x4s right here. Really, the next step now is we're gonna put a rafter up at the far end. Just finished eating lunch, but before lunch, I was getting ready to start cutting my rafters. Unfortunately, I have some dimensions off on this thing and kind of knew better, but I just kept going, and I don't know why I did, but I did. We're going to go ahead and fix it now. I'll show you what's going on here. This 2x4 is sitting on top of this header, this 4x4. And it should, this 2x4 should run even with that 2x4 if this was all level. But unfortunately, it is not. I'm not sure how it happened, but we cut these 4x4s too short. So, it's a bummer. It's a real big bummer, but it's okay. I can fix it, and that's what we're going to do now. So basically, I'm going to take these 2x4s off, and then we're going to put some spacers in here, shore it up really nice, really good, and get this header level with that header. So let's fix a mistake. All right, so it's been I don't know, a couple hours, but we finally got it fixed. So we lifted it and we went ahead and we put these small pieces, we got one in there as well. To brace it on the inside, I added these 2x4s here. So it goes all the way up, it's attached to all three pieces. I think we saved it. And just to kind of show you what I was talking about. So now this 2x4 is the same height as this 2x4, which is the same height as this header on this side. And so now the roof will be even and level and all that good stuff. So I know mistakes happen, and that's just kind of the way it goes. In my opinion and in my experience, what we do after we make a mistake, that's what really sets us apart. And you know, as long as we use these moments as learning experiences and we learn from them, then as far as I'm concerned, mistakes can happen, and that's okay. So just got to fix them, move on, learn from it. And so yeah, all right, let's cut a rafter and yeah, move on. Okay, so this is the header piece here. So this is, well, the ridge area. So this here is going to match up to the other side rafter. In order to get the angle here, what we're going to use is this little doohickey tool. And with this wing nut here, you loosen it up, put the large end, you put this end over this, and then you tighten this up. And this here matches the angle at the ridge. Now, the reason this is important and we need this is that the back end of the rafters, we're at the downslope, I want to have a plumb edge here. Now in this build, I am not, at least currently, I am not going to put a piece along the back side here. But if I wanted to, all of the, the back end of the downslope is all plumb. Now, the way we get that is using this tool here. Now we have our angle. And so basically what we want to do is come to the back side here. Now I measured where the rafter sits on the top plate. And then I also measured the distance from where the rafter meets this top plate to the edge of the rafter here, and that's 18.5 inches. So what that means is we're going to have an 18.5 inch overhang. Now, I need to get the same angle on the back side that I did on the front side. And so using this tool, I simply reverse it, because on the front side we were this way. And now I can either run it like this, or in this case what I did is I measured from where the rafter meets the back plate over 18.5 inches. I put this guy on there at 18.5, and then I ran my line. And so now I have my plumb back end and my plumb front end. And so now all I'm going to do is cut this piece off here, and this will give me my template rafter. Isn't that right there, Whitco? Yeah. He's been working so hard, he's taking over the mat. Well, it's getting late. But we have made quite a bit of progress. We've got 5 rafters up on this side. We've got 5 left to do. So we'll hit those in the morning. And then we've also got to bringing out this eave 6 inches. So we've got those boards there along with another rafter for this side or for that side. And then we're going to do the same here along this rafter as well. So, you know, despite the issue we had today, I think I'm pretty happy with the progress. Now tomorrow, again, we'll finish up the rafters, and then we're going to start strapping the rafters and get it ready for tin. Yeah, productive day. All right, time to go eat some dinner, and we're going to get after it tomorrow.